Today's session, we are going to learn about interfaces and abstract class. In last session, we learned about inheritance. Now, as we saw in the last session, we cannot extend multiple classes into a child class. Java provides a mechanism called interfaces which will help you to inherit multiple features into one class. Now let's learn about how interface and how abstract class will be helpful in Java and how we can utilize abstract class and interface. In our last session, we inherited a vehicle into a four-wheeler and that four-wheeler is implemented in a car. Now, let's take a scenario. Car is a four-wheeler. The same time, a jeep is a four-wheeler and a truck is also a four-wheeler. In these three different objects, we need to have both the features of vehicle and the four-wheeler. In that case, we create an interface. Interface is just like it will say a contract that if you are creating a vehicle, the vehicle should have these behaviors and these properties. If we are creating a four-wheeler, that four-wheeler should have this particular behaviors and properties. That's all an interface is telling. An interface doesn't have any default implementation inside it. Now, unlike extending, we are implementing the interfaces into class, and we can use multiple interfaces into any classes. New package which I am giving interfaces. com.neonics.training.interfaces. Let me just create a new interface called four-wheeler. Also, I am going to create one more interface called vehicle. Now, vehicle have certain behaviors like run vehicle is a method which we can expect. Let's public void run vehicle. So the run vehicle is one method which is available in a vehicle. Also, a vehicle is possibly going to blow a horn. Let's give public void blow horn. Okay. Now these interface vehicle have these behaviors like run vehicle and blow horn. Now let's come to the four-wheeler. A four-wheeler is also a vehicle which has different behaviors. Each four-wheeler, each different four-wheeler we take. A car if we take, it's a four-wheeler but it carries people. It can contain people and it is using for the people transportation. Whereas if we take a truck as a four-wheeler, it carries goods. Whereas if we take jeep that has both the facilities, or an SUV if you take, it has both the facilities which is used for some other purpose. So a four-wheeler type. Let's give it as void type of my four-wheeler and void purpose of my four-wheeler and its shape. Let's take Okay, the behalf of giving a shape, I'm just giving its build. Okay, so now we got these three additional behaviors for a four-wheeler. Now, when I want to create a car, I create a car class by implementing both the vehicle and a four-wheeler. So now we have both the vehicle and four-wheeler into the car. Let me just implement and show you how this can be done. A class, my class is going to be car, and you can see this area where you can add the interfaces. So I'm going to add the vehicle. Okay, and one more I'm going to add is four-wheeler. Oh, I think I added it in the wrong place. This should be here. Four-wheeler. Now when I finish this, the car class will be created and it is going to bring all the methods which I am supposed to override. So let me just remove this and let me show you what happens is this is going to show you a compilation error, because when you implement a vehicle interface, it means when you implement any interface, the methods which is written in the interface should be overridden in this particular class. Okay, so here it shows we need to implement the methods which is written inside this particular vehicle and four-wheeler interfaces. Now I'm just doing a Control Z, undoing this, deleting of this methods which is overridden. You can see all the method, this type of four-wheeler and this purpose of my four-wheeler, then build, run vehicle, blow horn, everything came from the both the interfaces. Now let me just give some sys out for this. Type of my four-wheeler, it's a car type. Now this purpose of my four-wheeler is a transportation. Then here the build is sys out, say sedan. Then run my vehicle, it's going to be running my what? Running my sedan car. And blow horn, let's bring out the pom. So that's what my vehicle, my car class which is implemented both the vehicle and four-wheeler interfaces in it. Now let's see in the hello world. It's better to avoid this hello world, and let me just create a new class with a test class training test. Okay, I'm just going to give a main method. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a car object. Car equal to new. I need to import the car. So here I have two cars, one is in inheritance and one is in the training interfaces. So okay, I have three cars. Okay, I'm just importing the car which is from the interfaces. Now car new, car is my car. I have created the car. Now just car dot, I think I need to call my run vehicle. Okay, what it is going to print, let us see. It has printed run my sedan car, which is nothing but which is straightforward. This method which is available in my car object is printed. Now when I call this method, I just want to call this before this dot build and this dot whatever I have, purpose of my vehicle, then this dot, that is my purpose of my four-wheeler, then type of my four-wheeler, then this dot blow horn, and then I'm printing this. So I don't explicitly call all these methods, but I'm just giving 1, 2, 3 and 4. All 4 methods I am calling inside the run vehicle method. Now let us go to the training test, run it. Yes, it's my car is a sedan and it's a transportation facility. Then it's a car type. Then it is honking like pom pom and running my sedan car is printed. So the interface implementation, both the interface implementation is running properly with this implementation. Now let me implement these two same interfaces into another class called truck. Let me just create a truck class, new class truck. I'm going to add this interface four-wheeler. Also I'm going to add this interface called vehicle. Now finishing this, as usual we got this interfaces implemented in this particular class. Now this run vehicle, I will be calling this blow horn and all the things which I have done in the car. The same way I'm just going to call this. Let me just call here and running my truck. Let me call it as running my super truck. Okay, so super truck, and it has a blow horn. This out. So I'm just giving horn. Okay, so that's a horn. Then type of my four-wheeler is truck. Purpose of my four-wheeler is carrying goods. Then my build is strong body to hold the goods. Okay, now let's go to the test class, training test class. And let me comment the car. Oops, I'm going to comment this here. Now truck equal to new truck. Okay, the truck got created. Now truck dot run vehicle. Let's see what happens. It's going to print the strong body to hold goods and carrying goods. Truck is the build type, then horn and running my super truck. This is, we had done a segregation between a car and truck using the same interfaces which is implemented, but the implementation is different for each of these car and truck objects. So that is the advantage of having an interface, and you can implement n number of interfaces as part of a particular class when you create. Now where it comes with the abstract class. Abstract class is a class which is created using a keyword called abstract, or a class which contains abstract methods. What is an abstract method is, there is no implementation just a declaration of the method. That's it. And these abstract classes cannot have objects created. You need to implement the abstract classes into any concrete classes, and through that class only you can create an object and utilize the behavior. So abstract classes, as said, just like interface, it need to be extended. The difference between the abstract class and interfaces, you need to extend abstract class, and you can extend only one class into another class. So that's a limitation when you use interface and when you use the abstract class. So let's have an abstract class. Let's create a four-wheeler abstract class. Let me just create a class. I'm just making this as an abstract class. I'm just giving the same name, four-wheeler abstract. Okay, I'm giving the four-wheeler abstract class here. Inside this class, I want to have a method. So you see, when I created the abstract class, here it came the abstract keyword. So let me give an abstract method, abstract void fuel type. So fuel type. So this is an abstract method. That means this method doesn't have any implementation in this particular class. And whenever you extend this particular class, you need to implement this class inside the class where you extending. Now let me go to the truck. In this truck, I am giving extends the four-wheeler abstract class. The four-wheeler abstract. Now you can see again the truck is asking me to implement something which is abstract inside the four-wheeler abstract. Now I am adding that abstract method, the fuel type. Just give a diesel one. Diesel fuel. Okay. Now that error has gone. Now if I call this inside the truck, this dot fuel type, it is going to print that diesel fuel type. So right now we have the object, truck object already here. Let us run and see. You can see the diesel fuel has come. Now I can give the same in the car as well. Let's implement. Just before implement, let me just extend the sorry, not vehicle. It is four-wheeler abstract, and what I will do, I will implement the unimplemented methods. The fuel type of this car is going to be a petrol one. Now let's go back to the training test. Let's uncomment this as well. Let's run the car and both car, and then let's run the truck. So first it is going to run the car with the sedan transportation, car pom-pom, and running my sedan car body, and then it is coming with the goods, strong body of goods. Here is where actually the truck is started executing, then carrying goods, then truck, then horn, then diesel, fuel type, and then everything came. But we didn't get the petrol, right? So we are just going to give the petrol thing. Where we will give is, we are just going to call this dot block, this dot fuel type over here. So now I am calling this dot fuel type. Run this Java application. You are going to see now the petrol fuel type came in the car. Now, we can have default behavior in abstract class. That is a difference or major difference from interface and an abstract class, where the interfaces cannot have a default behavior. So let me just give a void make sound, which is going to give a racing sound of my vehicle. So sys out race sound. So this is a default behavior. So what is the advantage of having this default behavior? This default behavior will be available in the truck as well as in the car when you extend it. So let's try to call this from here. Say truck dot I need to make that as public. Let me just go ahead and give that a public. So public void make sound. Now I would be able to call this make sound. Now what does it give is the truck is going to make a sound at the end of this execution. So this prints here race sound. The same I can call from the car as well. So car dot make sound. So here at the end of the car execution, it is going to make the race sound and then the truck is going to execute. So now we have learned about the interfaces and abstract classes and its implementation in Java. Now, when to choose an abstract class? Whenever you want to have some default behaviors, you choose abstract class, whereas you don't expect any default behaviors but just a contract, go with the interfaces. And provided you need to have multiple implementation of or multiple interfaces implementation, it is always better to choose the interfaces as the mechanism rather than going with an abstract class. Thank you for watching today's session and hope you have enjoyed learning about abstract classes and interfaces. In the next session, we are going to learn about exception handling. If you have not subscribed to this channel, subscribe now so that you will receive the notifications about a new video uploaded into this channel. Also, don't forget to share this information videos to your friend circle so that they will also learn coding in Java. Thank you very much.